These are the Sonos Ace, the first pair of headphones from Sonos. They are noise canceling Bluetooth headphones that feature 30 hours of battery life. They include a quick charge feature where you can charge them for 3 minutes and it gives you 3 hours of extra playback, which is really cool. They also have spatial audio support, including Dolby Atmos on selected apps. They have lossless audio support using the included cables. They have a head tracking feature, and they have the ability to tap into that Sonos ecosystem with their TV audio swap feature, and I'll talk a little bit about that a bit later. And I want to give a shout out to Worldwide Stereo because they sent me these headphones for review. So if you want to purchase the Sonos Ace or any other Sonos product, or maybe a television, a projector, a AV receiver, an amplifier, maybe some speakers for your car, some speakers from your home, use those links in the description below and check out Worldwide Stereo because they can meet all of our home audio and video needs. But like I said, these are the first headphones from Sonos, and to me that's a bit of a surprise because headphones have been popular for quite some time now, and Sonos is known for their good audio and just their home audio in general. So I'm a little surprised that, it's taken them, I guess I would say, so long, but the reality is they've done a really good job with these headphones. I've listened to them for about 2 weeks now, and let's just get into it because the design is something that I am really impressed with. And we'll start with this particular case. As you can see, it is black. It sits flat on the table and is nice and strong and rigid, and it protects the headphones. The Sonos logo is right here to the right of center, which is something that we're going to see a little bit later with the headphones as well. And one thing I like about this case is it's made from recycled material. So it's eco-friendly, same way with the box that it comes in, also eco-friendly. So that's the first thing from a design standpoint that Sonos has done. They are thinking about our environment. But you can open up the case just like this, and inside it reveals the headphones. You can see I have them here in black, but they also come in white. These headphones come with both a USB-C to USB-C cable and a USB-C to 3.5mm cable. And they give us this little pouch to actually put those cables in. Now, USB-C to USB-C you can use to connect to your computer, listen to lossless audio on your computer or any other USB-C device. Plus you can charge the headphones because these are chargeable headphones. But the USB-C to 3.5mm headphone cable, you can again plug that to a headphone jack, maybe on an airplane or a computer. So again, you can listen to lossless music that way. But what I like is this little pouch that they give us, because this pouch is made out of the same material, but it's also magnetically attached. So it just snaps right in there. And if I pull the headphones out and do this, they don't drop out. So you can have all of your cables that you need with you, and you don't have to worry about losing them because they fall out of the case. And so that is another just design thing that I think they thought about. And I like the fact that they thought about just those little small design issues and concerns that we have as users of headphones. Now, moving on to the headphones themselves. As you can see, they will lay flat on the desk because the cups swivel in and out. Now, they don't bend in or anything like that. They pretty much just lay flat like this. And you can see that these are black, and you've got the left ear cup here and the right ear cup here, and the Sonos logo here off to the side. So if I turn it like that, you can see that the Sonos logo is off to the side, just like it is in the case. And I think that's kind of cool because most headphone manufacturers will put a logo on this side and on this cup as well. That way, depending on which side people are looking at you, they can see what headphones you're wearing. But Sonos hadn't done that. Why they didn't do it that way, I don't know, but I think it's a cool design choice that they made. But these are mainly made out of plastic, and you do have a little bit of metal here on the arms for the ear cups, and they extend in and out so you can get the right fit for your ears. And then you have a nice soft material here that is actually kind of like leather, and it feels nice and soft against the top of your head, and the same material on these ear cups. Now, if you look at these ear cups, you can see that this one looks white and this one looks black. And this is the left ear cup, this is the right ear cup. So from a design standpoint, these again have us in mind because you can quickly see which side is left, which side is right when you put the headphones on. You know that you have them on correctly. These headphones are also built for longevity. Many of you know over time, the ear pads will wear away. They can flake away and just not look good. Well, what Sonos has done is they have made magnetically attached ear pads so that you can easily replace your ear pads if you want, or if you just want a different fit, a different comfort. Maybe you want something that are a little bit stiffer than these because these are nice and soft and I think they feel really good. You can get different ear pads and they just snap into place just like that. These headphones have 8 microphones built in for both voice calls and using the digital assistant, whatever voice assistant you like to use, but also noise cancellation, so it can hear the surrounding and cancel those noise out. So you'll see vents around the headphones in different places to actually allow those microphones to hear the environment around you. But over here, there is a button. This is the main power button. You press it and the headphones turn on. Next to that is a little USB-C connection, so you can connect the cable to it, so you can connect to a physical device there. And next to that is a little LED light, so you know the status, Bluetooth on, charging, or whatever. Now, if you press and hold this button, that will put the headphones in pairing mode, so you can pair up to 2 devices like a phone and a tablet or phone and a computer, and you can listen to your music. You don't necessarily need the app, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, just to pair. You can pair without the app, which is quite nice. Now, on the other side over here, you got the microphone vents that I talked about, but you have 2 main control buttons, shall we say. The first one is down here. This is for noise cancellation. So you can turn noise cancellation on or off, or you can go into aware mode on and off, so you can hear some of the surroundings, but you also cancel out some of the noise, and that is configured inside the app. Up just a little bit further is the main button that you're going to use with these headphones. If you press it once, that will pause or play your music. It will also answer or end a phone call. If you double press it, it will skip forward a track. If you single press it, it will skip back a track. Okay, so that's really cool. But you can also slide it up or slide it down to increase or decrease the volume of what you're listening to. So I really like the fact that you have physical buttons, not touch surfaces, but physical buttons that you can press and use. But I also like the fact that these buttons feel really good. They are not stiff buttons. They're very easy to press and they spring back quite nicely. And that's all of the buttons. They feel really nice. And again, that's just to a design aspect. You don't have stiff buttons. They protrude just enough out, but you can really press them and figure out what's going on. And I think Sonos has done a really good job there. All right, now let's talk about the app and its features. I already have the headphones on. Hopefully you guys can see that little blue light that's down there showing that it's steady and that these are on. I'll put them on my head and I will start the Sonos app. Now, all you need for this is the regular Sonos app from either the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, not the Sonos S1 controller, just the Sonos app. So I'm going to open that and it's going to show me the Sonos Ace headphones, which I have connected, and it's also going to give me the battery percentage for the headphones. And there it goes. It says I'm in aware mode for noise cancellation, so I can actually hear myself talking. And also I have 92% battery. Now inside the app, it gives you the ability to change the name. I'm fine with Sonos Ace personally. And then it gives you the battery status, and you can pick which cancellation mode you're in. I can turn it completely off here and it's normal, and then I can go into active noise cancellation, but for this one I'll do aware mode. Now, as far as EQ is concerned, you can EQ these headphones with both bass and treble, and it does work. It's not a 5-band EQ or anything like that. It's just bass and treble, and they also give you the ability to do left and right balance. Now, in my listening test, I listened to this in all of the stock configuration, and that's what I'm going to talk about. But again, this EQ does work, and they also give you a loudness setting there, and you can reset if you want. Now, they do have head tracking, and honestly, this isn't a feature I like personally, but I'm glad that they have it. And the way it works is if you turn it on when you start playing music or watching content on your phone or your tablet or whatever, it locks in to you're looking at your phone. And then if you happen to turn your head, the sound changes. So if the sound was coming at my face here, if I turn my head to the right, the sound actually moves to just this ear cup. Same way if I turn my head to the left, the sound moves to just this ear cup. And some people like it. I'm not a big fan, so that's something that I typically keep off. The next feature is TV audio swap. If you have a Sonos ARC soundbar. You can actually take the audio from the ARC soundbar and put it in these headphones. So if you're listening at night and your spouse is going to bed, you can literally just put these on and, again, continue watching whatever content that you're watching and not disturb your spouse. That's really cool. Now, after that is the Bluetooth multi-point connection, and you can turn that on or off, and that allows you to connect up to 2 devices. And then you have the hardware controls, and this is where you select what the noise cancellation button is going to do. And you also have wear detection. And what wear detection does, and I like to use it, is it allows you to take the headphones off when you're playing music, and it will either play pause your music, or in this case, you can also select if you want it to answer the call. And the final thing to talk about is software updates. If you want to check for updates, you can do that inside the app. To test the Ace, I listened to music, watched TV, watched movies, listened with noise canceling on, noise canceling off. I also did the dynamic head tracking to see if that worked. It does, like I said earlier. I compared them to my own headphones that I have here, including my daily drivers, the Sony WH-1000XM4s. These are a generation old now, but these are my noise canceling Bluetooth headphones that are sort of my daily drivers. I also compared them to the Yamaha YH-E700As. This is a pair of noise canceling headphones that I reviewed a while back. And from a lossless audio wired perspective, I just wanted to try them out to hear how they sounded and compare them to my own Bear Dynamics DT770 Pros. This is the 250 ohm version. And again, I was impressed. And I have to say, I was impressed by the Sonos Ace for several reasons. First of all, the out-of-the-box, no EQ sound quality is very, very good. Okay, quite frankly, I tested the EQ just to make sure it works, increasing the bass, decreasing the bass, increasing the treble, decreasing the treble. But when I was listening to these headphones the entire time, I didn't change the EQ at all because everything is clean, clear, and detailed. That was the first thing that I noticed. When listening to orchestral music and you got the high violins, or listening to opera, you got a clean, clear treble performance. That high-end sounds really good. I didn't find it to be grating or tire of it after several hours of listening. It was just very, very impressive how well these sound at the high end. Move into the mid-range when you got nice smooth jazz playing. It's nice and smooth and clean and detailed. The mid-range and the high-end is where the Sonos Ace really stands out compared to the Sonys, because they sounded a little bit muddy, and the Yamahas, which sounded even muddier at the mid-range, which was actually a little bit, I was like, I didn't really notice that as much. But when I listened to them compared to the Sonos Ace, I was like, wow, the Sonos Ace sounds good. It just sounds really good out of the box. Moving into the bass department, again, it is clean, it is detailed, so bass is nice and tight and punchy. It can play deep, so when you're watching your favorite movies and things are kind of rumbling, it'll rumble in your ears, as you would expect with a pair of headphones that are near field to your ears. It just does a really good job across the entire frequency range. So out of the box, I think Sonos has done a great job. Now, moving into noise cancellation, Sonos holds its own. It does just as well as the XM4s and a little bit better than the Yamahas that I tested here. Compared to the XM4s, if the XM4 is a 95, let's say, on a scale of 100, these could be easily a 96 or a 97. And what really kind of puts them over the top is, again, the sound quality is better than the Sonys. So when it is canceling out that noise, you're getting more detail. You're getting just much more of everything compared to the XM4s. Now, I did listen to spatial audio on the Ace, and it does widen the soundstage, and things are placed in the areas where they need to be placed. My wife listened as well. She really enjoyed it. So they do what they're supposed to do in the spatial audio realm. I'm not a huge fan of spatial audio when it comes down to music, but it does work. And talking about that, let's talk about head tracking for a second. Like I said earlier, it works. When you set it up and you start listening to something, you're looking at it, as you turn your head, it moves. It shifts to the ear that is closest to where the phone or the screen is. Now, if you actually pick the screen up and move it, it doesn't move with the screen because I don't think there's that two-way feedback there. But as far as having the screen locked in, it does stay locked in with the screen. So that is a plus for head tracking. Another feature these headphones have is the ability to make and take phone calls. So I'm going to play a couple of audio samples so you can hear the call quality on these headphones.
This is an indoor sound quality test on the Sonos Ace headphones. This is an indoor sound quality test on the Sony 1000XM4s. This is an indoor sound quality test on the Yamaha E700A. This is an outdoor sound quality test on the Sonos Ace. This is an outdoor sound quality test on the Sony 1000XM4. This is an outdoor sound quality test on the Yamaha E700A.
All right, after listening to those audio clips myself, I think that the Sony sounds a bit better than the Ace, mainly because my voice is a little bit louder, so I sound a little bit clearer, but the overall sound quality is not that great, right? I think that the Yamahas sound the nearest to my voice. I like this the best in those call quality samples. Although my voice, or the volume of my voice, was a little bit lower, I think my voice was more true to life with the Yamaha. So in that comparison, I think the Yamaha did the best, followed by the Sony, and then the Ace. Now, I did try lossless audio on my computer with the 3.5mm headphone jack and the USB-C cable connected to the Ace, and it does offer higher fidelity, which is a plus. I also compared it to my Beyerdynamics DT770 Pros just to get a sense of how these sound compared to the Beyerdynamics. A lot of people like the Beyerdynamics because it's a nice neutral sound and it's clean and detailed. And I have to say, that's when I really fully appreciated how well Sonos did with the Ace. They sound very close to the DT770 Pros. So if you have a pair of DT770 Pros, or if you listen to them and you like the way they sound, you're probably gonna like the way the Sonos Ace sounds. I think the DT770 Pros are just a little bit cleaner, a little bit clearer in all of the frequencies compared to the Ace, but the Ace is right there. Is much better than both of these headphones from a sound quality standpoint. So as you can tell, I really like the Ace, just like I like the DT770 Pros. Now, there are a couple of features that are missing / limited with these headphones. And the first one that I think is missing is dust and water resistance. To my knowledge, these headphones don't have any IPX anything rating. So that means that if you're around dust or water, it could get into the casing and potentially mess up your headphones. So you have to be very careful when you are around those elements, because to my knowledge, these aren't sealed for that. Now, the second feature that I think is limited is the Ace's ability to integrate with the rest of the Sonos ecosystem. Traditionally, when you buy a Sonos speaker, a new Sonos speaker, and you already have existing speakers, you can place that in a different room in your home, and you can move music from one room to the next, or you can play the same music in all the rooms because it's an ecosystem. They are all tied together via Wi-Fi. Well, these headphones, to my knowledge, don't have a Wi-Fi chip in them, so they don't integrate into the system the same way. They do have the TV audio swap feature with the Sonos Arc soundbar, but that is as far as the integration goes. It doesn't actually integrate into the traditional Sonos ecosystem. So that is one area where I think these headphones are limited. So as you can tell, I like the Sonos Ace. These things sound great out of the box. No EQ needed in my opinion. They're nice and comfortable when wearing them. They have great noise cancellation. They have great button feel and even a recycled case and long battery life. Obviously, I don't have any issues recommending these headphones. The only downside, in my opinion, is they don't integrate with the Sonos ecosystem like a traditional Sonos speaker would. But from a headphone standpoint, these are really, really good. Now, some of you are going to say, well, they're a little expensive. And at $450, they're not inexpensive, but you are getting a nice premium product that has nice button feel. I mean, they really do feel good and they sound great as well. So I want to thank Worldwide Stereo for sending me these for review. And if you want to purchase anything for your home theater, whether it be audio, video, or even car audio, use those links in the description below because Worldwide Stereo will definitely do you good. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. I will talk to you next time.